guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching part 7 of Ahsoka. My reaction will be under my YouTube memberships. If you are new here and you do not know what that is, it's a few special perks for members only, and I have 2 levels of memberships over there. Level 1 is for $2.99. You get priority replies from me, special polls, and soon to come live streams. And level 2 is for $4.99, and you get everything the level 1 has. Plus, you get all of my reactions to all of the shows I watch, any movies I watch, and all of my uncut Try Not to Laughs. So make sure you guys go and check that out and become a member today so you can see my reaction to Ahsoka's episodes. So this episode, it was just a lot of chasing, it seems like, to me. So we see that at first it starts off with General Syndulla in front of the council trying to basically warn them and let them know that everything that she was doing was for the greater good, because they don't believe it. They feel like she's doing all this stuff for personal gain, and she's trying to warn them about Thrawn's war. And the main council, I forgot what her name is, she's the one that pretty much has her back, I feel like, and she wants to listen to what she has to say. And then you've got the other dude, Senator, what's his name, Siono or something like that. He really irritates me. He is so irritating. I'm glad that they shut him up in this episode. So CPO came in and basically told them, look, she has a right to do this. This was, basically covered her by saying that, she was sent to go do this stuff, which wasn't really true. But the main counselor kind of trusts her, and she's like, how bad is it really? So she explains it to her. And so at this point, that's the end of that. But then we see Ahsoka training, and we see Anakin again, but it's just a recording. Like, at first I was just like, did he come back to train her? But it was just a recording. So I guess she kind of goes through these moments where she feels like she's still being trained by Anakin, and it seems to have fulfilled her, because the way that she talks about him, she's just like, he was a great not mentor, teacher. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm having a brain fart. But anyway, like, she's very fond of him and the way that he trained her and stuff like that. And so so they're all getting to a point where they're about to get out of hyperspace to get to where Thrawn is, hopefully, and Ezra and Sabine. And they're in this space, and all of a sudden they start to hear this chaos. And mind you, don't forget that they're inside of a whale's mouth, one of these sky whales. So as soon as a sky whale opens up its mouth, they see all of these explosions. They're exploding all over these whales. Clearly, it was a sabotage move. So all the whales just start disappearing. They're gone, like they're leaving them behind. So now it's just Ahsoka and what's his name, the android. So they have to get to a place where they're they've got to get out of there. And then they end up going to, I forgot where it was that they were, but it's almost like, I don't know, like it's an eerie looking place. I don't know if Thrawn had called it a graveyard or something like that, but now she has to try to figure out where Sabine is, and they're trying to get the systems going, and it's not working. So she tries to use the Force, and she feels like her bond with Sabine is so strong that she'll get it. Like, she'll trust that she'll feel it. And so she's sitting there, and she starts kind of trying to telepathically communicate with her, and she's saying her name. And then we see that Sabine and Ezra are just on their little journey with the little turtle things. I forgot what their names are, but they just sound so stinking cute to me. Like, they may not be the cutest little things, but they sound so freaking cute. So they're, making their way, because now that Ezra and Sabine are riding out, and they're going home and trying to get home, when Balin and Shin is after them with the other mercenaries. So they found them. She tells Thrawn So now he's sending out all these troops to go find them, right? In the midst of that, while her and Ezra are, making their way, she feels something. She knows it's Ahsoka, but she's not sure what it was. But I think she understands that it was a familiar feeling. Maybe, her knowing that Ahsoka's trying to locate her type of thing. And at first, she doesn't know that Ahsoka's still alive, of course. So she feels her, and then she notices Balin and Shin, and they try to turn around, and now they're being attacked. So there's a lot of that going on. And then Thrawn is kind of trying to figure out where Ahsoka is at this time. So he uses those three witches, the grandmothers or whatever that they're called. They're creepy as hell. These witches are creepy as hell. I don't understand where they came from. I know Morgan is also a witch. But these three witches are scary. Like, I do not like even hearing their voices. They are just super scary. But they end up finding Ahsoka. And so now he's sending all these, I guess they're stormtroopers, but whatever they are, he's sending them out to go attack all of them. Meanwhile, Sabine and Ezra are now in the middle of this place, and they're all trying to fight these other mercenaries that came with Balin. But Balin, now, so Ahsoka ended up landing where Balin was. So she's fighting Balin while Ezra and Sabine are fighting all these people. And then Balin sends Shin off to go fight them, so they're all fighting together. So in the midst of all that, Ahsoka's trying to make her way to where Sabine and them are, and she ends up kind of sliding out of the ship at one point and dropping down, fighting Balin. And then when things are starting to get really, really thick, Ahsoka kind of just like jumps in front of Ezra and Sabine, ready to fight. And I'm just like, oh, that was kind of the coolest part for me in this episode. So they're all fighting and everything. Now Thrawn is trying to figure out, he's taken the L, but he understands that he's taking what's happening and using it to his advantage, because now it's like Ahsoka wasted time fighting. She could have been doing something else for whatever reason. So I guess Thrawn now has an upper hand. And then there was also a moment where Ahsoka was between Shin and Ahsoka. Ahsoka was trying to ask her to give her the lightsaber, and she was like, I can help you. So she knows that Shin is not, she seems like she's like got one foot in and one foot out type of thing. And for a second I thought that she was going to allow Ahsoka to help her, but she just ran off. So I think with that, she's going to end up, I don't know what's going to happen in this next episode, which I think is the last. I think that Ahsoka has 8 episodes. But anyway, I think that possibly Balin is doing his own thing. Thrawn noticed it. Thrawn noticed that Balin is the only one missing. So now he's got an idea that Balin is trying to do his own thing. And I think something's going to happen to him. I don't know. But Balin's up to no good. Shin seems to think that, I don't know, like she's just a sidekick, but something about it, I feel like Ahsoka is going to try to get her to be on her side, or she's going to have to choose which side she wants to be on at some point. And other than that, it was like a really nice reunion between Ahsoka, Ezra, and Sabine. So that's kind of where that ended at that point. So I don't know, like that little moment where Ahsoka wanted to help Shin, it kind of looked like she thought about it, but then she ran off. Like she's not for it. Maybe she's afraid of what's going to happen to her. Who knows? We don't know where Balin is, because Ahsoka took his little animal and she left. So we don't know where he is. And yeah, so now we have to figure out what Thrawn is going to do at this point. They think that they're just going to get up out of there, but I think it's not going to be that easy. So we'll have to see what happens next week. on the 8th episode of Ahsoka. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. If you enjoyed my review, let me know as well. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later.